Hello everyone, I'm a Metaslave and welcome to Chapters 20 and 20X of my FE6 RR LTC. These two maps are the conclusion of the Sakai arc of this run, and Chapter 20 itself is a Fog of War map once again. I begin by using a torch on Astor to expand my vision, and using Hammerne on the Warp Staff, and I will then use Clarine to warp Karel to in range of the to the boss. Because this map is turn 4 due to full recruitment, and said recruitment is also required for the full ending, I cannot beat this map before turn 3. Which gives me time to secure some treasure and some more Clarine XP. It also means that Karel actually killing the boss is only so urgent. He needs to do so by turn 2 enemy phase, which he does comfortably. So with the rest of my units, I just prepare to open some of the chests in that lone room with containing items such as a Draco shield, a guiding ring, that I can get before I beat the map. Ultimately, I found out later that I wasn't actually that crunched for money in terms of like what I actually needed to buy in Chapter 21, but it puts more depth to this map if I actually try to get the treasure, so I figured I would. There's also a new unit, that general, Nime's replacement, Boars, who comes with like quite high stats, but unfortunately he's a general, so pretty bad. He also comes with great weapons. He comes with another Brave Lance, a Brave Axe, and I believe a Killer Lance, and an Iron Axe, which, not that glorious. Karel whiffs the boss here twice, but again, that's not a problem. This warrior goes for Milady instead of Clarine, which is interesting, but it might be an EXP thing, like with the Karel v Zeiss situation earlier in the run. And now Karel is only ever getting res from level ups, but that's fine. And then Clarine can cleanly kill these fighters. They do a fair amount of damage to her, but she's, well, ridiculously out of void, so no issues of survival. She also hits S Anima finally, which is nice, since I do expect her to use 4-Blaze at some point. The rest of these enemies in the throne room are all 2-range, so I don't have to worry about wasting Armor Slayer uses on them. And now, after double missing, I double crit roll arts, but I only needed the single crit, clearly. These Bolting Sages are an absolute pain on both turn 1 and turn 2 enemy phase, because there's a not if Elfin gets hit too many times, he just dies, and they usually elect to go for him. Because Boars is a joiner, like that at the start of the map, he's at the bottom of the deployment order, so the Sage chooses to go for him. Since Boars also has terrible res, they have pretty much 100 hit on him. So first I open this door with Diane, and Percival picks him up to later drop him. And now I kill this Myrmidon with Milady, since he's getting weighed down with the Steel Sword, even if he has 20 speed, I can still double him. I forgot to bring the Brave Lance here. I was like thinking of, and then I reset and didn't for some reason, so I decided to just rig a Killer Lance crit because I didn't feel like going back. But obviously a Brave Lance crit, or just a Brave Lance double hit would have done away with that Swordmaster as well. So now Percival is gonna open this door after giving Diane to Zeiss. And I can't fully Bard Train, but I can now dance Zeiss so that he can drop Diane. It's important that I free up that space for it's just important that I make sure the warrior doesn't block my way to the door at all. And now Clarine is just gonna get more XP on the left side while I restore Douglas so that he doesn't, while I restore Boars so he doesn't slaughter Wendy. I fielded Wendy since she's Shin's replacement and can recruit Diane's replacement, Alen, as a result. I probably should have fielded Bartray for this since he has more move, but I don't know, Wendy's funnier. I got a hefty amount of EXP from this and get another level, now hitting an even magic value at 22, and I believe I do use her for warping, again, for EXP intake more than anything later. But, again, not fully relevant. And yes, Diane gets tinked by this Myrmidon and then dodges the warrior. and she doesn't kill this mage in return, and he gets healed by a physics sage, but that ultimately doesn't matter. But yeah, these Baltic sages are added again. I needed Elfin to dodge both these, otherwise we would have died, but it's alright. And then that Ballista dodge didn't really matter, because I'm pretty sure I survives that. And I get Berserked again, but this time I don't need to bother restoring him, but I obviously can spare the uses. And now here's Alen. Alen himself, I mean, he's pretty similar to, like, Lance in the sense that he's just, well, himself, but with his fairly high-leveled averages. So he's pretty okay, but doesn't really see any combat this run. So I open the first chest with Milady, and it's an Axe Reaver, which, I mean, it's a nice weapon, but ultimately doesn't really do much for me beyond the money. So then I open this chest for the Guiding Ring, which, again, money. What the hell am I going to do with a Guiding Ring at this point in the game? And then I trade the chest key, open it, and grab a blue gem, which is, well, speaks for itself. I do an unnecessarily complicated bard train here where I trade the chest key from Diane and then trade it to Zeiss. And even though I could have just given Dance Diane and added him open this chest, but whatever. And yeah, I got a Dragon Shield, which is also money. Then I need to rescue drop Alen here. If I had restored Boars, he could take drop, but I had Lance not doing anything else, so that's fine. And that's Alen. And that's chapter 20 completed in 3 turns. Let's go move on to 20X. 20X is, well, it's infamous for having the throne be, like, randomly generated where it is, but if you soft reset as you begin the map, it's actually always going to be this throne that Zeiss just killed the occupant of, which is great because it means that a 10-move flyer can reach that tile and kill the boss without even expending a warp. Luckily, because of my access to Double Dancer, I can drop Karel in range of the throne using the first dance, and then just Bard Train Karel to seize. So I can beat this map in 1 turn without even using a warp. Of course, this comes at the cost of a hilariously long Bard Train, but that's perfectly alright. Of course, this chapter will give me the Murglace bow at the end of it, which is one of the divine weapons, and it should be obvious that my prime candidate for using that one is going to be Diane, since he's the only one who actually has S bows. And there we go. That is chapter 20X, completed in 1 turn. I will see you next time for chapter 21. After getting Murglace, of course. What the heck? Oh, and I didn't skip this cutscene like a moron. See you next time.